Deletion today.
Faithful listener, hello and welcome to another installment of the Fantasy Booking Podcast. I'm Mike Big Tobacco Ryan, and with me, as always, is the Muffler, Ryan Bruckner. And in this episode, we're taking a quantum leap into our own bodies as 8-year-olds. It's the summer of 1991, and we've just viewed Summerslam. And we got shit to say about it. In addition, we hold ourselves a draft. In fact, we're going to do that before we watch SummerSlam 1991. But the draft, it's not going to be none of this Raw versus SmackDown mumbo jumbo. Oh no. It's Superstars versus Wrestling Challenge. That's right. We're holding a draft of the 1991 WWF roster. But before we hop into that, before we hop into our Quantum Accelerator, Ryan, rumor has it, you recently hopped into a plane.
That's true. Well, first, I'd like to say about that intro.
Oh, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good.
About that intro, I just want to say that
How much you loved it.
As the editor of this podcast, I have no problem calling you up on the phone later and saying, I just deleted your ass!
Okay. We're going to get to that part? I thought we were going to do that later in this
We'll get to it later.
Okay.
We'll get to it later. Yeah, I went to Japan. Beautiful.
Oh, that's...
Is that your gong sound?
Yeah.
So, one thing I want to say is...
Ryan, would you like me to ask questions about your trip?
No, I just want to say that...
I mean, I'm saying, did you have any sushi?
There's one thing that happened
Give me Kobe beef.
that made me fall in love with the country and made me a little sad to leave it.
Go to Kyoto.
Right when I got off the plane,
Yeah.
baggage claim. I took a shit on the plane on the way there. It was maybe... I went there...
Because we all know you take laxatives out of fear that you're going to be constipated on every trip you take.
Yeah,
So this sounds like a backfire to me.
So I had to take a shit on the plane, 10.5-hour flight. And I had like a Mexican dinner before. And I ate like a, well, you know.
But normally,
I had
Brian,
to go.
you have to poop in your own environment, right?
Yeah,
One of these
but
nuts.
it was, I had to take a shit on the plane. It was horrible. Horrible. One of the worst experiences.
Because at first you're like, okay,
of my life.
Okay, I can get through this. I'm on an airplane.
Yeah. Luckily, there was
Just a
about
little
like
gas.
4 hours left on the flight that I stuck it through. Made it through customs, bag check,
Gotta keep that
bathroom
bubble
right
in the
there.
gut.
You know, I'm like, you know what? Let me check out this bathroom. I'm sure the other bathrooms are going to be better, but this will be my first Japanese bathroom experience.
Oh man,
It's one of the best bathrooms I've ever been to.
I hear they make the
Can
best
you
bathrooms.
Imagine going to a toilet that shoots water up your asshole, dries it off. You can play music while you're sitting there. There's different heats and
Sounds nice.
streams.
Sounds nice. Here's my
After taking a shit on the plane.
Wait, I was on the plane.
I took a shit on the plane. I took a horrible shit. I got to go into this bathroom first thing off the plane, clean myself up
it was worth the
impeccably.
4 hours.
But it's about as good as taking a shower.
So you felt as clean as you would be, and don't say yes because you're lying.
No, I mean...
You felt as clean and fresh as you would have had you been at home with the bowel movement, hopping into a shower right after.
I mean,
Hair all wet.
as good as you can get without taking a shower.
Shampooing that gorgeous hair, Ryan.
Oh, thank you.
You did something differently with it today.
No, I got a haircut a long
That's
time
fine.
ago.
Hey,
and
look, here's the
it's
issue
growing
I
back.
have with bidets. Sounds all
It's not just a bidet.
well.
not just a
okay. The
bidet.
part when the water squirts up your butt. All right, you're wearing your clothes when this happens. It's going to drip down your leg. That's poop water dripping down your leg. Does that sound clean?
Okay,
Not to
you can dry off your butthole with toilet paper after you use the bidet. You're supposed to do it. That's why they have toilet paper right there.
I thought you have to be in a standing position to use the bidet.
No, you sit. And
What?
You sit, and it goes right underneath your butthole.
It's
and sprays
It's
upward.
exactly the same as it is when I wipe, standing directly up.
No wonder you have such a dirty butthole. Well, anyway, I want to show you a couple of things I got. First of all, check this out. Tell the listeners what you're looking at here.
I am looking at a Japanese woman caressing a drawer, some sort of a filing cabinet. But wait a minute. Now I'm thinking, maybe it's one of those. Is it the door
Just
of
look,
a body?
It's a book. It's a book. Just thumb through the book.
Oh, okay.
There's a theme to this book.
Doorknobs. It's a Chinese woman licking a bunch of different doorknobs.
Japanese. We'll get into your racism
You got
at
it
another time.
Oh man, that's terrible. Oh, now I see. Okay.
Yeah, I found a book of a whole bunch of Japanese women
They are Japanese.
licking different doorknobs.
Look, it's dark in here. All right, this is the most provocative thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Strangely,
isn't it wonderful?
Erotic. A lot of great variety on the doorknobs, man.
Yeah.
Different-
And none of them are naked, by the way.
This is
They're fully clothed licking doorknobs.
This is one of the most horrifying things I've ever seen in my entire life.
And
This is-
one day
So
I
this is
went
for me?
to no. So I was gonna get you on the last day.
So
I wanted to get you a pack of Japanese.
They didn't have any
cigarettes.
free Sting posters available in Japan.
You could have it if you want. You want it?
Absolutely not. I do not want that book haunting my apartment.
Well,
That's like something out of The Ring, man.
one day I went to Tokyo Dome
People
Village.
shouldn't be owning that book. That is horrifying.
It is.
You are a sick man, Ryan.
It's the best souvenir I think I could have ever found. So, like I was saying, I went to Tokyo Dome Village.
Yeah.
The Tokyo Giants were playing.
Right?
Next to the Tokyo Dome Village, there's a New Japan wrestling store.
Oh,
where
my God.
wrestlers from all through history that have come through Japan, they signed like the walls and stuff. It was pretty cool. I bought this magazine. It's all in Japanese.
Oh my gosh. I can't read a word of it.
Yeah,
It's got Shinsuke Nakamura on the cover.
Yeah.
But just as hardcore.
It's his first
It's
time
like
in
WWE.
Japan as a WWE superstar. So,
It says weekly pro wrestling.
Oh, more of this, huh?
And then it's got WWE and then a bunch of, might as well keep it going at this point. And the magazine is backwards, so you might want to return this sucker.
They read things
I don't
backwards
think so.
like that.
This is,
It's weird. I never
how
knew
could
that.
your brain do that?
Yeah,
How could that be
they read
comfortable?
that way.
Like, oh, this is the comfortable way to read. The complete opposite.
Yeah.
Or we're doing it. Or we're, you know what? We're probably doing it the complete opposite.
I went to a wrestling match
Awesome.
while I was there. There's a place right next to it's like attached to the Tokyo Dome called Korakuen Hall. And they have wrestling there. Korakuen Hall. They have wrestling there every day, pretty much. And it's different promotions.
Man.
Can you imagine? So this day I saw a
Every
promotion.
day?
Every day.
No, once a week.
Every day.
Wow.
Different promotions. Sometimes they'll throw in some boxing, some MMA or kickboxing, but mainly pro wrestling. Every week. Every day of the week. I saw a promotion called Pro Wrestling Noah, and the event was called Navigating with Emerald Spirits 2016. And
That poor building, man. 5 days a week. I mean, you need a little bit of variety. Is it open for like cotillions and stuff at all? Like on a Wednesday?
no,
just all wrestling?
combat sports. and mainly wrestling. When you walk in, they give you just a shitload of wrestling flyers, and then they give you hand wipes.
Friars. Wrestling friars.
Wow.
See, by going more racist, I'm trying to
Remember,
cancel out the earlier racist things.
Do you remember the part that I had to cut out of the Stone Cold Steve Austin podcast?
No.
We're heading that.
What are you talking about?
I think we're headed in that direction.
Oh, because I called someone a nag?
No.
Big deal.
No, that's not what you said. But we'll move on.
Huh.
They give you hand wipes when you walk in, like wet wipes. They give you wet wipes everywhere in Japan. It's really a country after my heart. They're always giving you wet wipes anywhere you go, even just going to a pro wrestling match. Like I don't know.
No way. Wait, you mean like in the bathroom? Like there's one guy in the bathroom?
You walk in, you give them their ticket. They're like, here's a bunch of flyers and some wet wipes.
Get the hell. That is so polite.
Seats were very comfortable.
But they also don't want to spread any sort of infection. So they probably just did it to you.
Those are the wet wipes that they gave me.
Yeah, that's what they give to the whiteys.
No,
they don't want to spread any kind of disease.
There were only like 3 of us.
Did you see them
there.
hand another Japanese person a moist toilette?
Yes. Everybody gets one everywhere you go. Every
They
restaurant.
don't look like this.
They're in different packaging.
Okay, but
they're
they
like
open it up and then they give you one.
No, they give you
the whole package.
Pack, or they also make it where it's only just one in
it's
like
free?
a plastic.
This is free.
Yeah.
God, I love that. They're so thoughtful.
Yeah. I saw Takamichi Noku.
And cleanliness is important to the Japanese culture.
It is. I saw Takamichi Noku. I saw Shelton Benjamin.
Doing Takamichi Noku drivers.
He didn't
Did
use
you at least
the
2 of them?
Michinoku driver
Should've
that
been
I
like a
remember.
hit parade.
There was one white guy there by himself that kept yelling stuff out in English, and nobody knew what he was saying. It was kind of interesting. Yeah, he'd be work the leg.
Okay, so nothing he was saying was
wasn't-
worth translating.
He was, he was
So
yelling
it's not like
things
anyone
at the
went
match,
out up to you like, "Sir, I need to know, what does he say?"
Here's something
he's
that
saying
was
sweep
interesting.
the leg.
There was a young,
But that would mean you'd
attractive
speak Japanese.
female that was
No shit.
sitting there by
Those
herself.
are the most beautiful people on this planet.
Sitting, watching wrestling by herself.
Get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
How
Can
old?
you believe that? Probably like 19, 20.
Okay, 19. I could do 20 probably. 19's Matt. Hey, look, Ryan. A little young.
She doesn't like you.
Look, man.
There were tons of
how-
women all over screaming out stuff the entire time, which was also very interesting. Women love pro wrestling in Japan.
How do you know she doesn't like me?
Because I talked to her about you. I showed her pictures
knew
of
it.
you and stuff, and
I was there.
She was like, "No,
All right.
no." Matt, there were some pretty damn good matches. I mean, saying the participants
You want my
wouldn't really mean shit, but it was an interesting
the event?
experience. I'd say probably like 2.5 to 3 hours.
Nice. You drove the wife?
Yeah, she fell asleep.
Did you have a good time?
No,
She
had a
you
good
can't wrestle.
She had a good time sleeping, and then she threw up on the way back.
What was your favorite part, Cassie? Other than the fact that you got Ryan to focus his attention somewhere else for
I'm going to have to delete your ass some more if we don't move on.
Okay. Anything else?
Let's talk
anything else about Japan, though? Like,
No.
you've never been? How long
I'll
were you
tell
there
you
for?
about
a
it
week?
off pod. We've gone far enough with Japan.
Was there any JFK exhibits?
No. I want to talk about one of the greatest things to happen in wrestling in years. That's the Final Deletion.
It was, oh man. That is funny. Right when you said that, I accidentally just deleted all my notes. I swear to God.
Well, okay. Let me just.
I'm going to be in trouble,
let me
folks.
say a few things, and you can just jump in. sometimes you need outside the ring pieces to really enhance a character, and I think that's what we have here in Matt Hardy.
What do you mean by
Matt?
Oh, okay.
Matt Hardy.
Not specifically these vignettes, but Matt Hardy specifically.
No, oh my God. What I'm saying is that you need outside the ring stuff to get a character over. And he has truly gotten himself over to heights he's never even imagined.
Now, I haven't been watching TNA, unfortunately.
I don't watch it either, but I watch this, and
I would be curious to see what their in-ring segments look and feel like.
I want everything to be this.
Yeah.
Sometimes
I wonder if it is. Is it? Or are they doing in-ring stuff as well?
He has some in-ring stuff that I don't watch. But wouldn't it be great
These are perfect.
if he only wrestled people in these scenarios?
Yeah.
Like, okay, he's not in a feud with Jeff Hardy anymore, but now somebody else has to go to like his compound.
Telenovela.
Yeah.
Completely different.
It would be great.
Look. Like, it's totally separated itself from any other of these vignettes.
Yeah, I think this is...
It's a lot more theatric.
This is some groundbreaking shit in wrestling.
It's hilarious.
He is...
It's
He's
funny.
great. Like, if
it's
I
just
was
the
WWE,
right amount of tongue
I'd
in
be
cheek.
like, we've got to sign him immediately.
Unbelievable character.
Immediately when his contract is up.
And Jeff's doing great. He had a good spot off the tree there during that match before they started shooting fireworks off at each other.
There's so much
6
comedy.
minutes.
Senor Benjamin. He was
loyal guy. Just like everything you want.
And just all Matt's lines. Senor Benjamin, prepare the battlefield.
And he's just their
Or
gardener.
massacre.
He's just their gardener, right?
Yeah.
God.
I
loyal man on the planet.
I loved the lawnmower scene when he ruins Jeff Hardy's tribal tattoo blonde.
Yeah. That was...
Your beloved yard is about to be broken.
That front lawn is what really jumped it to the next level for me.
Yeah.
I hope they didn't actually have a guy come in to recreate that grass.
I bet he makes
like,
his grass look like that.
If that was CGI, then they did a good job with CGI.
I
and there is
think
CGI
Jeff
in these.
Hardy-
The CGI is terrible, but that's kind of what makes it.
I think Jeff Hardy does his landscaping
No way.
like that. I bet he does.
Oh, man.
They have all that land, nothing to do.
Yeah.
I think they live on the same giant plot of land.
That's what it looked like. It didn't look like this was movie magic to make the lawn look like that.
Yeah.
This is what the lawn looks like.
I love when he brings in the referee
Little aerial
and
shots.
he's like,
that was the funniest shit.
You're under no circumstances are you to resuscitate Brother Nero.
But when he pulls up in his car
And he's
just
what
like,
is
what
this?
is this?
Yeah. And I like how
What am I getting myself
He was
into?
still calling it
I
a
dig the
match.
gig, but this could do some serious psychological damage on me.
Yeah. The fighting with the fireworks. Jeff Hardy's
Breathtaking.
just like, what's wrong with you?
Now, if we're gonna have any criticisms at all, I have 2. And I was going to say it, but now I don't even know if I want to because the aftermath was so great.
The aftermath was...
But if I'll
be
be
even better
nitpicky
than
here.
the final deletion. The aftermath could be even better.
Yes, I think it is.
Yeah.
And I don't even want to say my criticisms. In ring, the match wasn't all that great. Other than the swanton bomb off the tree.
The match was kind of boring, but there was a lot of editing points where you could tell like they shortened it up, you know. But by the time they got outside the ring,
I also did like that the whole thing was recorded in autofocus too.
It built beautifully to the fireworks fight, the dilapidated boat, the switching of the masked.
Oh, it's a dilapidated boat
character. Yeah,
that's a laugh out loud moment. Right?
Yeah, and I love how at the end. Because at the beginning they light the candle for Maxwell, his son's one first birthday, and he's like, it will continue to be lit until the deletion is complete. And she brings him the lit one candle, and he uses it to light the symbol on fire that kills Jeff Hardy and wins him the match. This is just your typical
birthday party candle, the one on it.
Yeah.
It's like this puny little prop that means so much. It is so
symbolic.
They kind of made it work.
Yeah.
Because it is, to him, the most important candle in front of his eyes.
Yeah. And so he buries all of his remains in the water.
Yeah, which is
and on his boat, Skarsgård.
which is merch.
Yeah, merch.
He just
like
collects
the
all
shirt he was wearing.
all the merch he was wearing when he got deleted.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe he's not allowed to have merch anymore because he's deleted. Did Jeff Hardy's Twitter says deleted? Like his name is deleted now.
Man,
Yeah,
did
it's
he really
pretty funny.
delete his Twitter account?
He
just
didn't delete
for this?
his Twitter account.
Is
his
there
name?
a
His name is deleted.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it just says deleted, like on the heading
Oh, that's
of his
clever.
Twitter page.
That's really clever.
Yeah, I love the part where he yells, "I just deleted your ass," and that little kid is just so frightened of this madman that he's sitting next to in this movie theater watching this weird thing.
Everyone was frightened.
Yeah.
That was an incredible scene. Everyone's just like, "Oh God, he's
Yeah.
really gone crazy."
And he's just making weird noises,
He's
like
that shit crazy. That makes me feel like it's in a world where this guy's lost his mind.
Yeah.
His wife is like playing along because that's what her
Well,
therapist
Senor
says.
Benjamin
So
asked at the beginning.
Benjamin is definitely
he's
playing
like,
along. Is like,
"Está loco, Senor Matt? Está loco?"
it is an extraordinary xylophone. Thank you. In the moment.
Yeah.
That was the most incredible xylophone.
If he's
he had
not
ever
going to
seen.
go to
'Cause it was a
WWE
gift
after
to
this,
the air.
Hollywood.
Oh,
Come on.
fuck yeah.
He's
He
great.
did up his hair.
Yeah. I want to see a movie of that character. He
They
should
could
just
do it, and they could
yeah.
shoot that cheap. You know, they shot all this in like 2 days.
Yeah, just probably on some regular digital
They had, like,
cameras
2,
using drones
maybe
and
3
shit.
DLRs,
Yeah.
pretty affordable, cheap Photoshop, and that's kind of maybe that why they kept that tone as tongue in cheek because of the CGI. You know,
Mhm.
it's like, well, this is just kind of a comedy. It is a comedy. It's a dark ass comedy.
Yeah, I think it was great. It makes me I watched it maybe like 5 times and it still makes me smile.
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved
Well, the aftermath was just stunning.
it. Yeah.
The
His house
that
with the
peaceful, tranquil lake with that pine song.
Yeah.
I don't even know who sings that. It's like,
Sounds like something from Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? Okay, let's move on. So there was a draft. Did you pay attention to it? Oh, you know what? We were going to talk about Cruiserweight Classic.
Oh yeah,
What do you think about the Cruiserweight Classic? I love it.
it's pretty great. Yeah,
Did you watch both episodes?
I have
that
watched
aired
both
at this
episodes.
point?
It was really entertaining, and
Yeah.
I didn't fast forward through any of the action. I like
Yeah.
the whole theme of it. I like that it reminds me
It's like a
of
sport.
the Olympics.
or like a
And I like that they're going with, even though that some people are from like San Pedro, California, they're representing their culture.
yeah.
You know, so it makes it.
I like all the vignettes. You get
Even
to
though
know
probably-
everybody before each match.
Vignettes are great. I
Yeah.
think 64 is the perfect amount. Now we're 2 weeks in. We still got 16.
Yeah,
I think
it's pretty great. A lot of
wait, is it 32 or 64? It's 32.
I think it's 32.
It should have been 64.
I mean, that's a lot of.
That's too many.
wrestlers.
See, that's too many.
Yeah.
This will be going on
I
until
don't know if
December
there's enough cruiserweights out there.
for the next 78 weeks.
I like that guy that
On
was from
Wednesdays.
Chile that had to cut like 30 pounds. What was his name? Like Alfredo Size or something?
Alfredo Sands.
Sands? No, I don't know. It's his name was like Size.
Look, having said that, there's like it's 2 people I know. It's Ibushi and Tajiri, and then a bunch of other people I've never heard of, and I don't know their names. After what, like I will start to learn their names.
there was a guy, TJ Perkins, that I just
TJ
saw
Perkins,
today. He was
yeah.
pretty great.
Yeah,
And Grand Metalik.
he trained with Daniel Bryan.
Yeah. Grand
He was
Metalik.
smooth.
Yeah.
That TJ Perkins guy.
Yeah, he's the one to watch. Zack Sabre Jr., he's the champion of PWG right now. He's in it. He hasn't aired yet, but he's in the tournament.
Yeah, I love it. And I like, you know what? Guaranteed brand new ring.
Oh,
This thing hasn't happened yet.
yeah.
Brand new ring.
Yeah, purple
Looks pretty
ropes,
sharp.
right?
Purple,
Purple?
ropes. Kind
Yeah.
of a purplish matte.
I like how they
matte
say, "Oh, I
finish.
gave you instructions backstage."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes it more international. Like it's an
And
international
They
competition.
really do have to be 205 pounds. They have weigh-ins. They really do have weigh-ins. And like that guy from Chile, Saez, he really had to cut 30 pounds. I kind of like that.
You You fucking Mark.
The
You idiot.
they had like
you believe that, you fool.
I think they did it. I think they did it.
You're calling me.
I have verified proof.
You call yourself a smark.
Verified proof.
Yeah, what's your verification, pal? You get your proof notarized? Goddamn Pomona Circle Post Office Depot?
Yeah.
You get a nice chocolate malt and say hi to Dolores? Like, get it
She doesn't
notarized?
like you either. I showed her pictures
That
of
was
you
because
too.
of one isolated event.
Okay.
And I've been apologizing profusely. Maybe I'm putting that on too hard.
Well, did you pay attention to this draft?
Nope. I tried. I put it on and I was like, fuck you.
It was horrible.
It's still SmackDown and Raw.
It's like
What has changed?
well,
What
the
has
sets-
changed?
The sets have changed, but like they were saying, like that SmackDown was going to be all about the talent, and about the matches, and about the talent. But all the best guys are on Raw. Like here's who's on SmackDown: Dean Ambrose, AJ Styles, John Cena, Randy Orton, Bray Wyatt. Those are the only good high-level wrestlers on SmackDown. Everybody else.
What if they give them all a push?
Becky Lynch, The Miz, Baron Corbin, American Alpha, Dolph Ziggler, Natalya, Alberto Del Rio, The Usos, Kane, Kalisto, Naomi, The Ascension, Zack Ryder, Apollo Crews, Alexa Bliss, Breezango, Eva Marie, The Vaudevillains,
God damn it, Ryan.
Eric Rowan, Mojo Rawley, and Carmella. That's a horrible roster, if you ask me.
I just played 2 rounds of the brand new GeoGuessr. That's right, it's the Google game on your iPhone. Any location in the world. Guess where you are. GeoGuessr. Back to you.
Are you selling ads and not telling me?
I'm sorry?
You're selling ads and not telling me?
No. I was just telling you what I was doing on my phone while you listed 75 names. Who gives a flying fuck, dude? Nothing has changed. And
they're
they
all
still
horrible.
refer to Raw as the flagship station.
The flagship brand.
Brand, whatever. They're both on USA.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, all the best guys are on Raw. Sad.
Nothing's-
In the
and
words of
what's
Donald
with this
Trump.
crap? Like,
sad.
well, since it's only a 2-hour SmackDown show, it's 2 picks for everyone.
And you know what else? The cruiserweights are going to be on Raw. After the Cruiserweight Classic, they're going to sign a whole bunch of them, and there's going to be a Cruiserweight division on Raw. So that's even more wrestlers on Raw. This is just a cluster muck, if you ask me.
Yeah.
And that's why we're doing our own draft.
Hell yeah.
And this is a draft of 1991 superstars.
Now, do we have to explain this a little more? Because in my intro, I had anticipated on doing SummerSlam 91 first and then the draft.
So this is what we're going to do.
Yeah.
We're going to flip a coin. We're going to pick 10 singles competitors
Right. Okay.
from the roster,
The
two
1991
tag team,
WWF roster.
two tag teams, and 2 announcers.
All right.
This is going to be our draft.
10
and
wrestlers.
we're going to be representing 2 brands. One of us is going to be superstars, and that's me.
No. Oh,
The other is going to be
You're-
Wrestling Challenge, and that's Mike, who threw a hissy fit
so you're actually
before the
okay?
podcast
You're actually okay with superstars?
and said that I'm Wrestling Challenge. And so that's fine. Superstars going to kick your ass,
I didn't
pal.
realize that I was holding a mirror during that
So-
conversation because I feel like you were the one that was being a little pissy. I said I want a wrestling challenge, and you were like, oh,
Dude,
okay.
you're always holding a mirror. You fucking narcissist.
Yeah, but it's facing the other way. It would be facing you so you can see your reflection. It's not a two-way mirror like Lex Luger.
So we're going to do this draft. We're going to pick our teams. Then we're going to review SummerSlam 91 and talk about our big plans for our new roster.
Ooh.
We'll begin by flipping a coin. Here we have 100 yen. Inspect the coin.
That's it. He went all over the house looking for this special coin that we are going to use for our 1991 draft. Looked all over the place. Took him like 2 hours to finally find it. I was like, dude, just get a goddamn quarter, man. He's like, no, it has to be the right quarter. And this is all I got.
It's
This is
100
just-
yen.
How much is 100 yen?
It's like $1. All right.
What's heads? What's tails?
Heads
What does that
is
even mean?
100. Tails is the little picture. Okay.
You flick it, I call it in the air, even though I am better at flicking quarters than you are.
Ready? This isn't quarter, it's a yen.
It's coins. Look, just
and
coins.
we flip. Tails. Did you call heads?
I didn't call anything.
You didn't call anything? I didn't hear you call anything.
I didn't say a word.
Fucking idiot.
I was just
it.
I was just so focused on your form of flicking quarters because I know how much better I could do.
Call it, you idiot.
All right. Tails.
Tails.
Yeah.
Mike.
Wrestling challenge.
Wrestling challenge gets the first pick.
Okay. Now this.
Tell me about your superstar before you pick them. Obviously.
Well, when I tell you about him, you're gonna know who it is.
You
got to be like, oh, okay.
You got to do a big intro and then say their name.
Now, this one might surprise you, actually.
Okay.
Okay? I got a slight strategy here in the event that I did lead off. Unleashed into the World Wrestling Federation by Brother Love and the $1 Million Man in the late 1990s. And after obliterating his competitors, I mean, literally putting them into body bags, giving kids nightmares all the while, earning a title shot at a year almost to the day of his debut at the 91 Survivor Series, defeating Hulk Hogan in what was a match as shocking as his gimmick. My number one pick in the 1991 WWF Draft, brought to you by the Fantasy Booking Podcast with Big...
This is going to be such a long podcast. Thanks to this.
The Undertaker.
That was my number 2. You son of a bitch.
Oh, I was hoping it was your number 1. So it doesn't... Okay, so my
number 1...
Well, you don't skip it.
The number 1 pick for the Superstars brand. Many call this man the greatest pro wrestler of all time. And I wouldn't disagree with him because he made his debut in the WWF in 1991. He is the Nature Boy, Ric Flair.
Wow.
The real world champion.
I am shocked that you went with Ric Flair.
He's the best wrestler ever. He can carry a company to greatness. And he is going to be my flagship champion. He is the real world's champion.
He waltzes into the company on primetime wrestling in what? Mid 91 or late 90?
It was shortly after SummerSlam.
Right.
Bobby Heenan was already
seeking out Hulk Hogan, which, by the way, they never had a match at that time, did they?
They had it at house shows.
Oh.
And it didn't really work out.
Didn't know.
And they didn't like the
response. It was a great build, and he came in just like Hogan. Like, I'm gonna toss Piper aside. He's gonna do some commentary, and I'm going for you. And that's what he said in his debut. Bring in the WCW belt. Kidding me?
Yeah.
All right, good pick.
All right, you're number 2.
Okay, well, what I thought would have been your number 1, he had already distanced himself from Jim Neidhart. His days of being the runner-up to Bad News Brown at the WrestleMania 4 Battle Royal were far from behind him. And at the 91 SummerSlam, which we'll soon see for the first time, I can't even say this part because we haven't seen SummerSlam 91 yet. He beat Mr. Perfect. All right. He kicked out of the Perfect Plex. All right. He executed a sharpshooter in a reversal with his back onto the canvas. He's the Hitman, Bret Hart, my number 2 pick.
Damn. He was my number 4.
4?
Yeah. So Ric Flair wasn't in your picks at all? I feel like we're playing Battleship right now.
I can tell you now that he's out. Now that he's been eliminated, I can tell you that he was my number 3.
Okay. My number 2 pick just had a beautiful wedding at SummerSlam 91. He was very nervous. He's the Macho Man. Dig it. Yeah, my number 2 pick.
You know what? Yeah. Shit. Good. Good.
Number 3 for Wrestling Challenge.
It kind of tweaks my roster a little bit. I didn't think you were going to pick him that high.
He's one of the greats of all time. Mine 1 and 2 are, you could argue that they're on the Mount Rushmore of wrestling.
Yeah, of course.
I guess I had to give up Bret Hart.
I just had a different order.
And The Undertaker.
You're making sacrifices, I guess. Arguably the greatest heel in the company in the late 80s, early 90s. Treating Virgil and little kids all across the nation. The great nation. This great nation. And overseas. Just treating them like shit. The younger, the better. Making them cry. Everyone's got a price. Sorry. Everybody has got a price, pal. Great on the mic, right? Smooth and snug in the ring. Okay, sorry. I honestly think the storyline with him and Virgil is some of the greatest, most compelling shit in the history of professional wrestling.
It was a
incredible arc.
Beautiful.
And they were at it January, Royal Rumble. They were at it April, WrestleMania. They were at it SummerSlam in August. They were at it Survivor Series. The full year that arc continued.
Yeah, beautiful.
And you can't have that arc without the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase.
He was my number 6. My number 3 pick is great as a heel. He's great as a face. He's loved the world over because he brings his big snake into the ring and into our hearts. He has a cobra at the moment, and he likes to bite. He's Jake the Snake Roberts. Welcome to Superstars.
Fuck you. So you'll have some better promos, that's for sure. He's still my favorite talker all time.
I mean,
Like
you
the
got
sound of
a
his
great,
voice.
great promo in Ted DiBiase, so you know. But I also have Ric Flair and Randy Savage. My top 3 are probably some of the best on the mic of all time. You got Undertaker, no promo. You need a manager. You got Bret Hart, bad promo. You only got one guy that's good on the stick right now. Sounds like Wrestling Challenge is going to be a little boring.
You, my friend, are failing to recognize my strategy. You see, this is my 1991 roster, and teaching these boys how to talk is just what I plan on doing. I'm going to train every one of these boys to speak right.
Whoa. I'm scared. Your next pick.
Okay, well, in that case, I'm going to bump it up a little bit because according to your criticism, I need a little bit more flair. Just kidding. So that's why I'm going with Sensational Sherry. I'm throwing her in there. I'd be remiss. Do we have to use wrestling?
She's not a package deal with Ted DiBiase?
Absolutely not. I want her in different varieties, okay? She's
So you're
not going to be
gonna put her with
landlocked.
Ted?
No, because then I'd have to make a choice. And I have different plans for DiBiase. This is what they did.
With Randy Savage, I'm thinking that he's going to be with Elizabeth.
All right, well, then in that case, no managers.
Yeah, I didn't pick any
Retract
managers.
my bet. Can I
Didn't pick any managers.
I retract my pick. Can I pick again?
Yeah, I'll allow it. Let
was
it
just so
let the
important.
record show.
So as long as I have
she
Ted
will be
DiBiase,
with
I
Ted
have...
DiBiase. You have her.
I have her.
And
All
he
right.
has not fired her.
Excellent.
You can choose to fire her if you want.
Though most kids cried when they saw The Undertaker, I kept it together. You know what? I can't say the same about Papa Shango.
Oh, wow.
He scared the bejesus out.
At what point was he on the roster?
Nightmare after
Was he-
nightmare.
Was he in the roster in 1991?
Of course he was.
I looked up a list and I didn't see it.
If he started in 92, I'm going to be very upset.
I'm
When
gonna
was
look
that
this
stuff going on with the Ultimate Warrior where he started sweating green and having convulsions? That was 91.
Let's see.
That was the scariest, most provocative shit I've seen
Didn't
as
that
a
happen
child.
after He didn't debut till 1992. 1992. You have to.
Oh, damn it. Are you kidding
I'm
me?
striking that pick from the record.
All right, fine.
Let it be shown. No Papa Shango.
All right, fine. My next one's Nails.
I don't think you could pick Nails. Did you even bother
No,
to look
he
up who was
debuted.
up?
No, he debuted in '92. Okay, my next pick's Repo Man.
And Repo Man, you're safe. He
No,
was
I'm not.
both.
That was definitely 92.
He was Smash and Repo Man in the same year. You
All
can
right.
you can pick Repo.
Do I lose
Man.
that pick or can I pick again?
You can pick Repo Man.
No, I don't.
You don't want Repo. Then pick your motherfucking 4.
Maybe I should be forced to have the Repo Man as punishment for 3 illegal picks.
Right. Just go for
All
it.
right. Well, if you don't draft the Rockers, then the barbershop incident never happened.
Let's
in
say
92.
You're not saving the tag teams for the end.
Well, that kind of gives it away. Okay,
I was
fine.
going to go through my 10 singles competitors
All right.
first.
Well, I want a tag team in there. Tag teams apparently are a little more important.
You're going to get a tag team pick after you
you're
pick
picking a
all
tag
your
team as well.
all your singles.
All right. So great. Well, shit. The Ultimate Warrior then.
Okay.
Look, all right. If we're going back in time as 8-year-olds, then I'm probably wearing some pastels on my face. I was a warrior guy.
Not all you were wearing on your face.
My glasses,
I'll let the people decide.
your semen.
I didn't know you back then.
You couldn't.
And I don't think I could produce
No,
semen.
I
at
was
that
just
point.
going to say that, but you phrased it a little cleaner.
Well, it's kind of funny that you pick somebody that immediately was suspended after SummerSlam 1991.
What?
Are you going to suspend him? Because he held up
Absolutely
the WWF for money and refused to go out to the main event.
Absolutely
And so they suspended him, and he didn't come back until WrestleMania 8.
Be like, warrior,
Yeah.
you want your 50 grand right now up front? I'll give you that 50 grand. You got to produce. Okay? You can't let me down. I already
right.
brought it in a briefcase.
Are you going to push him to the main event? Is he going to be your champion?
Yeah, I'm
What
going
are
to
you
tell
gonna
my
do?
audience what I'm going to do.
Oh, we're bookers here. We're bookers.
So you steal my ideas? Huh?
No, I guess not.
Jesus.
My
Christ,
number
dude.
4
You ain't got the warrior.
is
You don't know what to do with
the
them.
immortal puke Hulk Hogan.
Wow. Someone's got to draft him, right?
Yeah, he was
Just coming off 2 consecutive Royal Rumble wins.
He was an alternate, and I knew he was a strong pick that I could put in if you decided not to pick him to replace one of my people that I lost.
Good strategy. Solid choice. He'll give you a great promo, and the people love him.
Your number 5, Wrestling Challenge.
My
Pick.
number 5, I draft Andre the Giant on a 1-year contract.
Oh man, he's got those crutches. What are you
He
going to
was
do
just
with
injured.
him?
He was injured. He's fine. Just 1 year. That's all I ask.
That'll be a great year, judging by his work with the Bushwhackers, where he held up one crutch at one point.
I wouldn't book him in that capacity. And I definitely wouldn't have.
My number 5 pick.
Never mind. Sorry.
Gotta keep my heels in there. And this guy is the perfect heel. He's simply perfect.
Shit.
He is Mr. Perfect.
Okay.
My number 5 pick. Welcome to Superstars, Kurt Hennig.
Damn. Good one. We're going to have some good promos in this here show. So what is it called? Superstars? Are you going to go by WWF Superstars? Or
We're the premier brand in the WWF. Go ahead, SmackDown.
Can he say that?
I mean, Wrestling Challenge.
Excuse me, moderator. Can he just say that?
They said yes.
We're live to tape. I mean, he's got the best promos in the history of the game. No, I'm not. I'm still talking about Mr. Perfect.
He's simply perfect at promos.
What was your favorite one of those promos?
I
And don't say the one where he throws a football and catches it himself. Because
that doesn't count as a promo.
I like when he was playing ping pong. Thought that was pretty great. He was beating ping pong champions.
I like when he throws himself the pass and he makes all the free throws. He's friends with Wade Boggs.
Yeah, he hits
But-
a home run off of Wade Boggs.
But you're number 6, sir.
Ryan, I know we talked earlier in the show, but I'm going to ask again. You ever take a trip? No, I know you went to Japan, but like within the states, you ever
I've
take
been
a trip?
to a few different states.
You ever been to Georgia?
Cobb County, Georgia.
Cobb County, Georgia, to be
Oh.
exact.
You stole my number.
Because
9
if you
pick.
do, you better watch the signs and obey the law and order because you'll survive a hard time. My pick's a Big Boss Man.
It's a good pick.
The real law and order in the World Wrestling Federation. Suck on that, Mountie.
Dusty. What's that? What's that? Dusty?
Oh, here we go. He's about to say a
I'm
joke.
talking to my dog. Yes? What's that?
Dusty is...
Dusty just said that there's no bull in my number 6 pick.
how sweet.
And there is no bull in
I'm
the British Bulldog.
I'm sorry. I was talking to her there. That was really sweet.
The British Bulldog is my number
He's going
6
to win,
pick.
whether he wants to or not.
Yeah.
Great tights.
This is peak Bulldog season I'm entering. And he was also one of my alternates. I picked some smart alternates.
Oh, okay. Good. Great. Good job.
I sure did pick some smart alternates. Someone came prepared.
I've been thinking about this for a long
He
time.
was once the ruthless and menacing one-man gang. But hey, it was the 90s, and he just wanted to cut loose with Slick and have a good time dancing.
Was he still on the
My pick
roster in 91?
Is Akeem the African Dream?
I think that this is also going to be stricken from the record.
Absolutely not. He...
I think you're wrong.
No.
Yes, I have
Twin
Wikipedia
Towers.
up right now.
Twin Towers.
Akeem, and with the Twin Towers was employed from 1988 to 1990.
Oh, fuck.
You need to do your research. I guess that's the way they run things down at Wrestling Challenge. They don't know shit. You're gonna watch this show, America?
Yeah, we have a hard time with fantasy, okay?
In our draft, it has to be from the 1991 roster.
It does.
They were in 91.
There's rules.
All right.
There's rules.
Shit.
Pick someone else.
All right, fine, Virgil, because we wouldn't have the... I was just going to recreate everything that DiBiase and Virgil did, so I'm going to pick Virgil.
Okay. He kind of
Because they nailed it. That was perfectly. I want to watch it again up close. That'll be the one match that I actually walk from gorilla position and just stand there and applaud right at ringside.
I can't wait to see what you do with Virgil after this feud.
Okay, it's going to be totally different, man. All right, put on the slave outfit. He was such a...
My number 7
Ted
pick.
DiBiase was such a dick to Virgil, man. And he was just his bodyguard. He was a slave.
My number 7 pick has been repackaged by the WWE in 1991. And I think it's a damn shame. And that's why I, as the general manager of Superstars,
Fucking pick. You.
am going to draft the Dragon and rename him Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
Okay. So you're going with Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
Yeah, but
As
he's
they
not going to
phrased
be.
it.
He's not going to be the dragon anymore.
He's not going to be the
wear-
fire. But people
No
love,
fire.
People
no-
love the
no
fire
headdress.
spitting.
He's going to be
Back in his
Ricky the
tights
Dragon Steamboat
from WrestleMania
and he's going
3.
to be in a package with Ric Flair.
Oh, man. Okay.
You're number 8, sir.
In a heel turn far more shocking than Hogan's at Bash at the Beach, this once real American hero joined forces with the bloody Iraqis during the height of the Gulf War. My pick is Sergeant Slaughter. The World Wrestling Federation champion going into that year's WrestleMania. WrestleMania 7. He beat the Ultimate Warrior at that year's Royal Rumble.
Good pick for one of my alternates.
Oh, what? The Iron Sheik?
I guess I better pick another heel. And looking at my alternates, there's one guy that I think has a lot of potential to do something big, and I'm going to do it with him. That's Rick, the model, Martel. Welcome to Superstars. Here's your t-shirt.
Wow.
Oh, thanks. Thanks. I have enough Aramis. Or arrogance. What did I say? Aramis is an actual cologne.
His cologne was called Arrogance.
Arrogance.
Yeah.
But I said Aramis.
Well, you met the model Rick Martel
I did.
at WrestleMania 31
Yeah.
at the pub crawl.
He was a great
Super
guy.
Nice. And he is not related to Sensational Sherry, people. All right, get over it. Just get over it. No, they weren't married. No, they aren't brother and sister. Just because their name's Sherry Martel doesn't mean they're related.
They were married, weren't they?
No, not related.
Sure about that?
Yep.
Did you look that up? Or is this like your draft picks?
What are you talking about? Oh, my next pick's the Warlord, by the way. It's your turn.
The Warlord, huh?
No, Paul Roma. Glory. Or was he Power? Or wait, which one was Glory? Not Power.
Roma was Glory.
Okay, I choose my next pick is Glory.
You're splitting up Power and Glory?
I don't want him as a tag team. I think he can do better on himself.
He looks a lot like Ken Shamrock, don't you think? They have like the same face.
They're the same guy.
My number 9 pick is the real Law and Order in the World Wrestling Federation.
PC.
The Mountie.
Lame pick. Lame
Your
pick.
number 10.
Overrated.
Your number 10.
Oh, my number 10, my number 10, my number 10. Let's see. You know what I liked about the Mountie? He had a prop. I miss props in professional wrestling. His cattle prod stick thing. You know, the Big Boss Man had his nightstick, also a good prop. I guess Triple H has a sledgehammer. The urn, the Undertaker. You know, that's a good prop. Good old-fashioned 6-string guitar. The Honky Tonk Man.
The Honky Tonk Man? I'm not sure he was on the roster, but
Stop.
I'm just
fine. Okay, another prop.
You brought him back in. You brought him back in.
Prop that I like is the 2x4 Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Go.
All right. Did you mark down Duggan?
Yeah, I marked.
You got Duggan. All right. My number 10 decided to make a return to the ring after a little stint in commentary in 1991. He's one of the greats, heel or face, Hot Rod, Rowdy Roddy Piper, star of They Live.
You fool. Because you can group him in with a commentary team with Gorilla Monsoon and Bobby Heenan.
He returned to the ring in 1991 and then became Intercontinental Champion.
Right. But he was the third party, so I could add a commentary team and just get him by throwing him in as the third commentary.
You can't draft him after. I can use him in commentary and in wrestling if I want. He's drafted to Superstars. Talk to my lawyer, bitch. You can't draft him. He's mine. What's your number 1 tag team? Oh, you already told me.
Twin Towers.
The Rockers.
In a shocking turn of events, Wrestling Challenge chooses, I don't know, the greatest tag team of all time. They'd already torn it up in AWA, NWA. Hell, WCW? Sure. They're the Legion of Doom, the Ward Warriors. The Road
Warriors?
The John Ward Warriors.
Oh.
The Road Warriors, Animal, and Hawk.
That's funny. I thought you were going to pick the Rockers. But since you didn't, I'm picking
gonna
the
pick a
Rockers.
team that never won the tag title. Well, good choice.
Well, they're going to win the tag titles now that they're appreciated.
They're going to split up in less than 6 months.
You don't know that. I may rewrite history. So you did draft the Repo Man?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
Did I? Wait. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then Paul Roma and Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
So you didn't draft Repo Man?
I didn't draft Repo Man.
You're number 12.
Well, I could get 2 singles wrestlers out of these guys. Pretty solid singles wrestlers, I might add. I can get Earthquake and I can get Tugboat if I pick the natural disasters.
Don't you mean Typhoon?
No, because he's going to go back to Tugboat. I said I have 2 singles wrestlers.
So you're going to split them up and only have one tag team on your roster?
Oh, there's going to be a lot of feuds going on. I'm going to focus more, like they did in the 90s, on 6-man mixed tags. Every event had a motherfucking 6-man mixed tag.
Well, my number 12, I could get 3 for the price of 2. I'm picking Demolition. There's not going to be any more
spiked cod pieces. You get Crush.
There's not going to be any more Repo Man.
You get the Repo Man.
Smash
if you want it.
is here to stay.
Oh wow! What are you going to do with Crush?
Crush is going to be Demolition. I'm going to use Demolition like the Shield. I'm going to make them the elite group that just raises hell all through Superstars.
Okay.
Your number 1 commentary pick.
Okay, and we only get 1.
Yep. No, you get 2.
Oh,
you get a team.
I get a team, but none of the team can repeat themselves.
A team of 2.
2 teams of 2.
1 team of 2.
1 team of 2, and I get the first pick. That's excellent because it's obviously Bobby Heenan.
Oh.
And of course,
how could you split up Ric Flair, Mr. Perfect, and Bobby Heenan? Have you no soul?
It hurts, doesn't it? Oh, what are they without Bobby Heenan? I'll pair him with whoever I want. Hell, I'll pair him with a 19-year-old Michael Cole. I'm going to say the man that replaced Jesse Ventura at WrestleMania 7, who had been the first. It was the first ever WrestleMania that Jesse Ventura did not commentate. Gorilla Monsoon. Will you be serious?
You're picking Gorilla Monsoon?
Gorilla Monsoon and Bobby Heenan.
No, you can only pick one at a time. This is a draft.
No,
I'm not just going to let you have. No, you don't get to pick a pair.
You get
to
pairs.
pick one guy.
Doesn't matter. I got Heenan.
You got Heenan.
Okay.
And that's why I'm gonna hurt you.
You're gonna say,
and I'm taking Gorilla Monsoon, and I'm splitting up Monsoon and Heenan out of revenge.
Big deal.
Okay, who are you pairing up with, Bobby?
Vince.
Yep. All right, I'm going with Lord Alfred Hayes.
Oh, stop it, Bobby.
Lord Alfred Hayes and Gorilla Monsoon.
Thank God. So you're what network is this? The BBC or is this Lifetime?
Don't worry. I'm gonna be drafting some people later on down the line that I'm gonna throw in the mix with them. I still have Piper that I can.
I'm airing on a hip channel like Logo. Okay.
the gay channel.
What? Very
well. I'm gonna be
excited.
I'm gonna be on Bravo.
You can't pick Bravo.
You picked Logo.
I'm gonna be on Bravo. NBC. Reach a broader audience. You're on basic cable.
You're more in danger of getting canceled then, because your show's gonna suck. All right.
So is this? That's the.
This is it.
That's the competition. First to get canceled. Make it through the year without just getting fucking canceled.
Well, if you were on NBC, you'd have more of a chance of getting canceled because they expect higher ratings than on cable.
Wait till you see what I do with the Ultimate Warrior, buddy.
Oh God, I'm scared. So let's run down the list really quick.
Okay.
I'll go first. Superstars is going to be on Saturdays, and my roster is as follows: Ric Flair, Randy Savage, Jake the Snake Roberts, Hulk Hogan, Mr. Perfect, the British Bulldog, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, Rick the Model Martel, The Mountie, Rowdy Roddy Piper, The Rockers, Demolition, Gorilla Monsoon, Lord Alfred Hayes.
Ending strong with Lord Alfred Hayes. And if you turn that dial on Wednesday nights at
You're on
8 o'clock.
Sundays. Everyone knows that wrestling
Saturday
Challenge
night
is Sundays. Saturday and Sunday, noon.
Saturday
Fox
morning.
11.
Okay. And it's, yeah, you're right. Saturday at 10 a.m. on Fox 11, Wrestling Challenge would proudly present to you its roster. The Undertaker, The $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase, Virgil, Bret Hart, Sergeant Slaughter, The Ultimate Warrior, The Big Boss Man, Andre the Giant, and Paul Roma. And the Warlord.
Man,
Oh, God.
I really kicked your ass.
You're telling me you wouldn't tune into that?
I
That
really
sounds
kicked your
fucking
ass.
Magical.
I have my roster is so much better than yours.
And don't forget the tag team division. The Legion of Doom and the Natural Disasters.
Well, they're headed into a feud.
They just fight.
They're headed into a
There's
feud.
only 2 teams.
You can draft ones later on, but this is your initial roster.
That's our first feud.
Like I've already made an offer to Paul Heyman to fill the Bobby Heenan void.
I would like to introduce a rule, okay, that your tag team has to be in a feud with your tag team.
Yeah, it's the Rockers versus Demolition. They're gonna do a best of 3 series to see who's gonna be the initial tag team champions on the Superstar brand.
Technically, I have 3 tag teams, though. I also got Power and Glory because I have both.
You
the
didn't pick
Warlord.
Hercules.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah,
You fucking idiot.
Shit, that was embarrassing.
Yeah, you should be.
He was okay. The Warlord was in a 6-man tag match with Power and Glory, and
He was in the Powers of Pain.
right. Okay, but they were in a 6-man tag
So
match
you're gonna
at
make
SummerSlam '91.
You're gonna make the great tag team of the
shut up.
Warlord and Paul Roma. I thought you had singles plans for Roma. That's what you said. Oh, sad.
I knew it
Sad.
was Hercules. All right.
Okay, SummerSlam 1991. Right, we just did our draft. Let's review the event that is going to be the last joint pay-per-view.
Ooh, nice.
I've got the Dragon and the British Bulldog in the first match. Those are 2 of my picks.
And I have Power, but not Glory, and the Warlord.
No, you have Glory.
No,
not
I have
Power.
Okay, I have.
You have the Warlord and Glory.
Okay, but they're all on the same team, so that's good chemistry coming my way.
Yeah. Are you retaining Slick? Or are you going to split Slick and the Warlord up?
Oh no, I'm definitely. So you're telling me Akeem wasn't hanging with Slick at all? January
was
of
gone.
'91.
No,
So sad.
he was done. He wasn't even on WrestleMania 7. He was on WrestleMania 6.
Wait a minute. Can't you? So you. All right. Okay. So what? You have 2 of those guys, and I have
Yeah.
2 of those guys.
Yeah, and so okay, well let's start
How
out
come none
from
of us
the
picked
beginning
Texas Tornado? That's a missed opportunity.
because he
Who's the
kills
Intercontinental
himself
champion?
shortly
In the middle of
thereafter.
'91? I thought that was a '91.
Like 92, but I mean, he's got
That means it doesn't count.
he's got problems, man. I love the Vince.
His head wasn't in the game.
The Vince intro for this SummerSlam. It's
Yeah.
SummerSlam. It's summertime, and living is anything but easy.
Nuptials turn to napalm.
To nightmares.
It was napalm.
I thought he said nightmares.
Nuptials turn to napalm.
The match made in hell.
And a match made in heaven.
And the match made in hell.
That was great. For Madison Square Garden, August 26th, 1991.
Yeah.
Can we talk about Madison Square Garden for a little bit? I love Madison Square Garden.
I
What
love
do you
the
think
ceiling.
the ceiling? I was gonna lead with the ceiling.
Yeah.
It's very unique,
Like
distinguishable.
wood.
Is it? It looks like carpet.
It's wood.
Oh, just different colors.
It's probably
of
for
yellow.
like the acoustics or something.
Oh, beautiful. But I prefer. I've said this before. when the entrance faces hard camera, and it's the shorter aisle.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a nice small aisle.
And they did not use the small aisle in this event. They didn't dress the aisle up at all. In fact, the exit sign was still showing.
Yeah. Yeah, they didn't do much to really make this look nice.
They didn't do anything.
Probably because they would have to pay somebody union for like some sort of set design.
They blew it all on the graphics for the opening segment. That probably cost like $48,000.
So opening 6-man tag. This match was just whatever. I'm gonna do way more for my guys than what they showed here.
First, I'm gonna do is put Power and Warlord together. Call them Power and Glory. Power.
You don't have Power.
No, I have Glory. All right.
You're just gonna replace your Power.
Glory and Hoary.
How about Nuclear Power and Glory?
I got to remove Power from the name.
Well, he's still powerful.
How
remember
about
the
Glory hole?
Bulldog kept bumping into him, and then he finally fell down?
Hole and Glory.
Glory hole?
No, it's Hole and Glory.
So after this match, I think
Midnight Glory.
I'm gonna make British Bulldog and Ricky the Dragon Steamboat have a best of 7 match to crown my initial television champion. That's right. You have the Intercontinental Champion, but I just created the television title of Superstars. And it will be decided
this is how we're going to
in a best of
springboard
7.
their careers in August of 1991. So we have the roster, but we can't get this started until August.
Well, actually, more like September, probably.
So we only get 3 months.
Well, this is how I'm going to start the mount. One of them is going to be the television champion.
All right.
What did you think of this match?
Nothing.
At one point, Roddy called him Steamboat, which I thought was funny. And then he kind of corrected himself because he was just supposed to be the Dragon at this time.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
We get who? It was, Monsoon was correcting everybody.
Did you notice that they botched
He was correcting Sid. You were saying Monsoon was correcting him?
Did you notice that they botched the ending to this
match?
Yeah. So you could tell that it was supposed to be British Bulldog would get the power slam, then tag Steamboat in to get the crossbody for the finish. But he did the power slam. He got up, and then he was like, went for the pin, and then he was like, oh shit, I wasn't supposed to pin him. And then his power slam got kicked out. So he got his finisher kicked out of. He got the kick out.
And
he went
did that
and
on the
tagged
Warlord.
Steamboat. He did it on Roma.
Okay. No, there was a great vertical suplex on the Warlord.
Yeah. But they totally botched this finish.
Repeat from WrestleMania 7.
Yeah, it was a little sloppy.
Yeah, it always is. Why do they keep throwing in these 6-man tag match? First thing I do as commissioner is remove the 6-man tag.
Oh, yeah?
So I'm going to book Steamboat and Bulldog because I like their energy. Oh, I can't.
You can't. They're mine.
All right.
You have to deal with Roma. What are you doing with Roma and Warlord?
Glory and Warlord. There's going to be some big
Glory hole?
Hole and Glory they're just not going to be the same without Power. So there's just some inner turmoil. They just missed the guy. Like, this team needs Power. So
you're going to draft, you're going to pay top dollar for Power to come in?
Their friendship, their relationship, their tag team fizzles out, mainly because it never existed in the first place. And they're just going to go off and
into singles land.
Retire.
You're going to retire too?
I don't know what to do with these guys. I don't know what to do with these guys.
Oh my God. You're already waving the white flag.
No, they're both going to roll off into the sunset, and then we're going to re-meet them in vignettes, like discovering life.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you know what? I always kind of wanted to be LVN. So then we get to follow the Warlord getting his nursing license.
Okay.
You know? And then
so he's going to be a nurse wrestler?
And then
wrestle between shifts?
Paul Roma.
Kind of like Isaac Yankem?
No, he's done. We're just going to meet him in vignettes. He's not going to wrestle at all. He'll get a little upset in class, you know. like in front of the CPR doll or
God,
something
this sounds like a
that.
terrible show.
No wrestling at all.
Just a guy
But
struggling into becoming a,
he's still dressed
a
like
nurse.
he's still dressed like the warlord, though. So that is your wrestling game.
That doesn't seem sanitary.
And then we meet Paul
Should be wearing
Roma.
scrubs.
Meet on a beach scene. They're both just hanging at the beach. It's just like a normal crowd, like they're in Laguna or something like that. And he sees Ken Shamrock, his long lost brother, and then they go off, and then no wrestling, though. No wrestling at all.
They go have lunch and catch up.
Lunch.
Wow, this sounds like some sort of show.
I'm saving money because I don't think I can afford a wrestling ring.
Okay.
First thing's got to go, the ring. First line of business, everybody. Circle up. First thing I'm going to do is get rid of the wrestling ring because
you got to pay for all these vignettes, and you got to put Warlord
I
through
just built
nursing
a lot
school.
of sets.
Well, we cut to Sean Mooney interviewing Mr. Perfect with Coach. And Mr. Perfect says, Brett is excellent, but he's not perfect. Yep. What's the deal with Coach?
He sucked.
Like, why did they even bother?
It
If they're
sucked
not, if they
that-
weren't going to use Bobby Heenan,
In this iconic match,
yeah, to have a guy blowing a whistle the entire time.
this match is incredible.
They,
This is one of my all-time favorite, and I really like that. Like certain things added to the allure of it. When you see a picture of it, you know it's from that match. First, you see you see Madison Square Garden. You see when Mr. Perfect's top is his onesie is
his singlet.
his singlet is ripped. And you see that in an image. You're like, oh, that's this match. You know what else you see? Fucking Coach.
Yeah,
He's hanging out. Like, why the hell does he get to be in this goddamn match?
Coach is what takes this from a 5-star match to like a 4 3/4 match.
So he was just in the way.
Yeah, you didn't need Coach. It's a black eye on this match. But this was really two artists practicing their craft. Did you know?
So I got perfect. You got hard. Oh, go ahead.
No, you got hard. I got perfect. You don't even know your
notes.
damn roster.
I have them both.
No, you don't. I have perfect, you ass.
I remember talking about his vignettes and how much I liked them.
Yeah,
The ones I
because
picked.
you were jealous.
Don't go
about
back.
my
I know.
pick.
You want to trade him?
He's my number 5.
Would you like to trade him?
No, I'm not trading him.
When would you trade?
I need him.
Would you trade him for Sergeant Slaughter?
No,
All right, Undertaker.
no. You can
Undertaker. That's my number 1 pick. I'll trade you my
fine.
number 1 pick.
because you know how good Mr. Perfect is, and that's why I don't want to give him to you.
All right, package deal. You get Sensational Sherry. You get Akeem the African Dream, and
I don't want him.
the Beverly Brothers. 92. Shit.
All right, man. We got to get moving. We're over an hour here. So, did you know that Mr. Perfect had a really hurt back before this match and he was going to need surgery, but he still went out there and worked his ass off for Brett to put Brett over, even though he was in immense pain.
Wow.
Bret Hart later said that it was one of the best things anybody ever did for him in the business, and he owed everything to Kurt Hennig.
I did know that, and because that was his job, that's what he was hired to do.
He was the best at making
No
people
way
look
is he going to
good.
phone that in.
Yeah. He's like, I'm gonna make Brett look perfect because I'm perfect, and that's why I drafted him.
The good reason also that you drafted Lord Alfred Hayes is that the greatest moment, LOL moment, I guess, if you will, took place after this match when he interviewed Stu
And then
in the crowd.
took the mic away,
Took the mic.
basically.
He was. I was too excited to talk. Meanwhile, Stu's in the background. Stu Hart, who looks a lot like Jabba the Hutt, circa
He's a very stout man.
like when they added in Jabba the Hutt in episode 4. Not
CGI
full blown.
Hut.
Yeah, the CGI'd Hutt, not full blown Jabba, but he's getting there. Oh boy, he's headed in the wrong direction. His tongue's hanging out. Lord Alfred Hayes asked a question, totally pulled the mic from him as he was answering a long-winded question from behind. He's too excited to talk. We're going back.
Okay, well, what are you going to do with Brett? Is he going to remain the Intercontinental Champion? Do you have does he have bigger things on the horizon? What is his program at Wrestling Challenge?
Bret the Hitman Hart is going to get a phone call from the Warlord at Golden West University getting his LVN. And Bret Hart's going to say, you know what? Man, I always wanted to be a nurse.
So you're going to start like a soap opera about male nurses, basically?
So they got to like break this glass ceiling.
Called Wrestling Challenge. Wow, it sounds fascinating. I can't wait to watch it.
Yeah, I'll change the name to Wrestling Challenges. Wrestling Challenges.
Wrestling with challenges.
Wrestling with challenges.
Wow.
No, I'm going to keep him in a feud with his fucking ego. I didn't say that about Bret Hart. He's my all-time favorite. He always will be.
Well, sounds like big
okay,
things
is it
are
just me,
happening
or
for him.
does every year you get a little older, the more you kind of start to hate Bret Hart a little bit more? Dislike him a little bit more.
That's just you being a traitor
That's fair. I wish I didn't say that.
that you did, just like all the racist things you say on this podcast. Well, I'm going to make Mr. Perfect great again. I'm going to put him together with Ric Flair, and they're going to be the heel team that runs wild all over my promotion.
You're gonna put Mr. Perfect and Ric Flair together. Very clever.
Yeah, they're going to be
Way
together.
to be original.
That's fine.
Nice. Let me guess. You know what would
If
spice
it
that
ain't-
up? You know
if
what would
it
be
ain't broke, don't fix it.
You know why it's broke and would add the salt to that pepper? Bobby Heenan. Good luck with those two goofs. Those two
It's okay.
goons.
We'll live without
They're
him
not
because
goofs.
we're at our next pay-per-view.
Foons.
At our next pay-per-view, I'm going to pit Ric Flair and Mr. Perfect in a tag team match against Randy Savage and Hulk Hogan. And it's going to be a great match. And do you know what's going to happen?
It's going to be a great match. No, what's going to happen?
Randy Savage is going to stab Hulk Hogan in the back and join the Perfect Federation.
That's their
The perfect friendship.
The perfect
The perfect
allies. No, that's
the perfect consortium.
the perfect pairing.
The perfect team.
Perfect combination.
That's pretty good. Yeah, and Hulk Hogan's going to have to fight his way to defeat all of these foes.
Wow, he's going to have to run the gambit.
Yep.
Wow.
And it's going to be his toughest test.
This will be like your obstacle course scene in
That's correct.
every 80s comedy.
Okay, so next match, Bushwhackers versus the Natural Disasters with Andre the Giant.
Who looked like a corpse.
He was, and you drafted him.
1 year.
1 year. Is he going to have a match?
Yes. For the whole year. I'm going to work the shit out of him.
Like he's going to be matched up with another nurse and they'll take care of him until he dies next year?
Oh, there
He's
you
going
go.
to be his nurse, the warlord?
Yep. Damn it. Stop giving away key plot points, A. And I don't know, I'll probably get Bret Hart involved somehow.
Okay.
But it's definitely within the same like classroom environment at Golden West
Man,
College.
I'm going to cry so hard at that Andre death scene next year.
Yep. You know it's coming. Yeah. But it comes in 93, which is super surprising. Seeing him, I'm not laughing because it's sad. He couldn't walk, and good old Vince McMahon's like, well, he needs a cane. Let's just have Earthquake hit him in the balls with a megaphone and get him out there because he's injured.
What are you going to do with the Natural? You said you were going to split them up, Tugboat and Earthquake.
Natural feud together.
Okay.
Natural feud together.
I thought this match was lame, by the way.
But it would be
I did like how Bobby, the Brain Heenan, said, if I was managing the Bushwhackers, I'd commit suicide.
It would be, yeah. It would be like a, like Coke versus Pepsi kind of feud, though. because I don't want to take away too much of the heart, too much of the story. I don't want to confuse the audience because I want them to focus on the LDN.
So you were talking about this next match, Ted DiBiase versus Virgil. You've drafted them both. You'd said this was a beautiful match.
You know what the best movie of all time is?
Forrest Gump.
Well, that's up there.
But Porky's.
But no, not
The Revenge of Porky.
the greatest movie of all time.
Scanners.
Nope. Is Psycho.
Black Sheep.
Psycho.
Oh, okay.
But not the original Psycho. The Vince Vaughn Psycho. Originally recreated shot for shot, scene for scene, line for line. That's what I'm going to do.
Except they added a scene where he's masturbating.
They added a little
through,
sound.
like, a
Yeah.
hole.
Well,
They show him like moving his arm, looking through a hole, watching her shower.
Anthony Perkins
And they
was probably jerking off.
And they
You
show
just didn't get the
Anne
sound.
H's butthole when she falls over dead.
All right, there's some
You
artistic.
see her butthole.
You don't see her butthole.
You do. Yeah, look it up. Screen caps online. You see her butthole.
Okay. Anyway, same shit, but different actors. So I'm going to recast Ted DiBiase as James Brolin, and I'm going to recast Virgil as O.J. Simpson.
James Brolin and OJ. The fuck are you talking about?
I'm recasting.
Psycho?
No, I'm recasting the feud between Ted DiBiase and Virgil.
Oh, you're gonna get actors to play them?
Yeah. And do the same exact thing that they did before.
What are you gonna do with Ted DiBiase and Virgil?
They're fired. I've already seen that. I want to take this in a new direction. I want to see what Josh Brolin and O.J.
Man.
Simpson can do.
This is gonna be one hell of a show. Okay, one thing I liked about this match is how DiBiase was looking at Roddy Piper and counting the suplexes that he gave to Virgil and saying, "This is for you, Piper."
Get
He'd
him,
be like,
Virg.
That's not for me.
It's
Piper
for you.
Piper made
He
this
made this
match.
match. He was a third character,
Yeah,
basically.
it putting on those They Live acting.
Come on, Virgil.
Acting.
You
clips.
remember what we said?
Yeah.
Champions were. You remember what we said? Champions are made of, Virgil. You can do it. Don't do it for me. Do it for you.
It was awesome.
So next match pits your pick of the Big Boss Man versus my pick of the Mountie in a jailhouse match.
Yeah.
I remember liking this match way more when I was a kid.
It was
but
hilarious.
watching it now, it's kind of boring.
They went back too many segments. It
I
was
thought
like-
this. No, I like the segments. That's sort of, but the actual match itself.
Oh,
was
yeah. The
not
match
good.
wasn't good.
But I still like the segments.
Segments are pretty funny, and it
Yeah.
builds. It builds. Some of them were a little unnecessary. Like the booking process, they probably could have all condensed into one. But,
Yeah.
I mean, you got to love it to close the show with some
the
gay guy
Mountie
next to
and the
Mountie
gay
in
guy.
prison going,
Yeah.
don't you just love the way leather feels against the body?
Yeah.
No.
So
Yeah.
that's a Vince McMahon
You
line.
stupid! You hick cop!
Get him in there with it, gay.
Here's the finger.
Oh, yeah, that was good when he gave him the finger.
So the next stretch of this pay-per-view, was it just me, or is this the most interview segments, one after the other, ever in a
feel like
pay-per-view?
I've seen this before. I think they did this at this time as like an aftermath segment where they bring everything together and then move storylines forward.
I kind of like it.
I love it. They had
So they
Ted
Mean
DiBiase
Gene
being
with
pissed.
Ted DiBiase.
Right, he's
Sean
feels
Mooney
cheated from
interviews Bret Hart.
He's celebrating.
Yeah,
right?
he
He's
said
now
there's no
Intercontinental
such thing as
champion.
perfect. Natural disasters with Jimmy Hart. Jimmy Hart's
offer a
like,
challenge.
I'm going to call my lawyer, man. I'm going to call my lawyer.
But then Natural Disasters are challenging LOD,
Yeah.
moving that story forward.
Then you get the big boss man saying jailbirds can't fly.
He's kind of gloating. He's like taking over
Yeah.
as the head law enforcement in
Yeah.
WWF.
Then you got Mean Gene trying to interview Macho Man, but he's too bad on 1-900. He's on 1-900 attached, and he's like, well, petrified is what I am.
Is this talking to fans?
Yeah.
That was just a regular 900 number?
Yeah.
Man,
Hey, is this Macho Man? Man, yeah, I'm watching.
It was
I'm
probably
watching
just a
SummerSlam right now.
recording of him going, yeah, man, I'm nervous, man.
it's a lot of people, you know. A lot
Yeah.
of life. It's
I'll remember this day.
Yeah, and then he got all weird
vulnerable.
when Mean Gene was like, "Well, I'm gonna go find Elizabeth." He's
No,
like,
no,
"You
no,
don't find
she's-
Elizabeth.
She's not dead in the closet.
You don't find her." You cut to Mountie
What
in
the hell is
jail.
Elizabeth doing?
She was, powdering her.
Cocaine with Lex Luger.
Oh, are you gonna draft him in '92?
We'll do it 90. So we'll do it 90. Apparently, I just want to draft everybody from 92.
Because you got to make a show about lawyers next, and Lex Luger is the perfect name for a lawyer. Then you got Sean Mooney interviewing the Nasty Boys. Then you got the Mountie in jail again. He's saying, "Don't take my picture." And then they say, "The boss man really kicked your butt." And he was like, "What?" And then they take his picture.
Was someone escorted? Oh, yeah. Yeah, no,
Then-
that was pretty funny.
LOD gets interviewed by Mean Gene. And Hawk is like, "Well, it seems to me that it seems to be the natural disasters have bitten off more than they can chew. First and foremost on our minds are rotten minds.
Yeah.
There's boys,
Rotten mind.
there's
And
men,
it goes right to boys.
there's monsters."
There are a couple of like pedophiles. Talking about them. They are sex offenders.
Well, they have rotten minds.
Rotten minds. And then he goes right to boys. Then he goes to men. And he goes to monsters.
Yeah,
Those are the biggest monsters on this earth.
Are they gonna be sex offender nurses on
I'm gonna-
Wrestling
look,
Challenge?
Okay. I'm going to abstain from mentioning that. I'm going to run it up with them, see if they like the idea. But if they're uncomfortable, I'll drop the angle. So I don't want to say too
And then
much
you'll fire
now.
them.
I'll replace them with Paul Giamatti and Peter Dinklage.
All right, so then you got Sean Mooney interviewing Sergeant Slaughter, Mean Gene interviewing Sid Justice, and then finally the interviews are over and we have the tag team match. Nobody drafted the Nasty Boys.
Nope.
You drafted the Legion of Doom. Legion of Doom win the titles to a huge pop.
Wasn't
And,
there a run-in or something?
No, they just there was
Where's
Jimmy
does the-
Hart sprayed paint in Hawk's eyes at one point.
Oh, there was no DQ.
And then they used the helmets on.
If it's a no DQ, though, why do they bother tagging hello? It should
Yeah,
just be,
well, they didn't. They weren't out in that type of psychology at that point in time.
I guess.
You still had to tag.
for them.
So yeah, then
There was
you
a
get
run-in
Mountie
somewhere here,
back
like,
in
'cause
jail.
that- sorry to interrupt. Maybe it was the Virgil DiBiase match.
There's
'cause
no
there's that-
run-in. They
that
they
bald-
expel Sherry from ringside.
That bald, scrawny, blonde-haired guy that always escorts people back when... Oh, yeah, it was Sensational Sherry.
There were no run-ins.
You know what guy I'm talking about?
There was a run-in during the Bushwhackers Natural Disasters match. It was
I'm just saying I
It
want
was
that guy,
Animal
the
and
scrawny,
Hawk.
skinny guy, the bald guy with the blonde hair and glasses that escorts everybody back. I want that guy.
you want to draft that
I
guy.
want to draft that
You
guy.
want to be on that.
I'm
guy.
actually willing
You want
to
be with
cut
that
The
guy.
Undertaker for that.
That
pick.
guy. Well, you mean okay.
You know what guy I'm talking about?
I know who you're talking about. So the Mountie in jail again. He's being thrown in a cell by some sweaty cops.
I wrote
Two
that
men
down,
that are
too.
sweatier than even my co-host, which that's
hot in
crazy.
here. It's hot
Yeah.
here. We turned off the air conditioning, people.
Man, was
We
this
are in a
IRS versus Greg the Hammer Valentine match just awful?
beer match.
Oh.
Terrible.
Who likes Greg the
I
Hammer
never
Valentine? Did
liked
you
either of
ever
you.
like
Never.
Greg the Hammer Valentine? I mean, at least IRS has a clever gimmick.
I liked IRS a little bit more. I think he's kind of a hack now.
I almost kind of thought of drafting IRS.
I did
He
too.
was one of my alternates. You got Mean Gene
But, like,
interviewing Hulk
I
Hogan and the
remember,
Ultimate
like, because
Warrior.
I had to buy every single action figure, and I kind of was like on the fence with Greg Valentine.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
wouldn't buy that one.
Like, oh, it only does the arm thing.
Did you buy it anyway?
Yeah.
Okay. Mean Gene interviews Hulk Hogan, the Ultimate Warrior. Hogan
bad,
said
actually.
he said that Warrior got strength from the cobra that bit him.
Oh, I know where you're going with this. They had to re-divert that angle. He was fired. Well, he was fired.
Suspended. Basically.
Ultimate Warrior?
Yeah.
I fired him. You're
And then
fine.
he came back.
Like a year later
WrestleMania 8.
with different hair.
Yeah, and people thought it was a different guy. Then you had the match made in hell, which I thought was terrible. So boring.
Yes, awful match. In fact, I think Iron Sheik was the only one that was actually doing wrestling moves. I think he did one or two. He did like a spinning backbreaker.
And then Hogan won by cheating.
Won by cheating. Salt to the eyes.
He's
He's always been a heel. We've just missed this.
Yeah.
This was the plan all along.
Yeah.
He's an awful human being.
It was a long con.
He duped kids into liking him.
Then we end with the final Mountie segment with the gay guy loving leather against his body and the match made in heaven.
Yep.
So we got 2 shows here.
I have a feeling this got panned by critics at the time.
The
I think
pay-per-view?
this was great. No,
Or just the
ending on
match
a
made in
wedding.
heaven? Yeah, I remember being a kid, like I saw the wedding once, but when I would go back and watch
never
this,
watched
I
it
never
again.
watched it again.
Yeah, so this is the first time I've seen it again since '93.
Yeah.
Probably.
Great little package,
Great package.
showing their
felt
history
like,
of love.
At the time, I thought that it was their real wedding.
Yeah.
And they had a ring bearer. They had the flower girl.
Yeah, it sounded like Roddy was going to cry at watching it. He was very
I wonder how
moved.
similar it was to their actual wedding. Like if Macho Man as the man, Randy Savage, was like looking around like, should I do it? Should I do it? What do you think? I don't know. But it was nice. But I always thought that, and I was waiting for it when I saw it last as a 33-year-old man. I thought the wedding ceremony, or sorry, the comes after the ceremony.
The reception.
There you go. Bingo. You've been married. See, I haven't. I don't know. With Jake Taker Roberts, the Undertaker, Elizabeth opens the package, the present, the snake in there. I always thought that was part of the event. I always thought that was part of SummerSlam.
It was like the next show.
So it wasn't like
time wrestling
supplemental footage on, the Coliseum home video.
No, it was like on the next show.
I was still waiting for it.
And then re-aired on Superstars and Wrestling Channel.
So they just aired a nice wedding where nothing happens.
Yeah.
Other than they get married.
All right, well,
okay.
We've got 2 shows. One's going to be a successful wrestling show. The other is going to be some show about nurses.
Sounds great to me.
So on that note, I'm Ryan Bruckner, and I'm here to say to you right now that I would rather hurt a man than love a woman.
And I'm Mike, Big Tobacco Ryan, saying, Coliseum video fans, here's one you'll want to keep.